What up, peeps? Welcome to today's vlog. Today is my day.
So get ready for some pain.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
You know who I'm about to be?
Huh? Who?
I'm about to be Sonic the Hedgehog, so I could beat your up.
Oh. I'll put out the games. I'll put out the games.
Faster. Faster.
Ah.
Gotta go fast! So we have all of these acrylic stands. We have a lot more. But they have this like plastic coating on them, so I'm just taking that off to get them prepared. I'm going to be arranging the PlayStation cabinet a little bit because all the games are just spine facing right now, but we do have some extra room and I want to put the really nice expensive ones front facing, and we use these to do that. So here in just a moment, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like before and after. Alright, so this is the before, and then I'm going to get everything set up and I'll show you after. Here is the after. As you can see, I got the PS1 just moved down. The top shelf is front facing for the more expensive ones, and then also condensed PS2, got a bunch of those front facing. The only thing is we have all those other PS2 games to enter, so this is all gonna change. But for now, it looks good. Right, Colton?
Yeah.
So in the back room here, when we get games traded in, they come back here, and this is where we film the trades. You guys see this all the time. Once they're filmed though, they get moved over here, and this is where we check for resurfacing. We get them ready to take photos for our social media, because we post pictures of everything that comes in. And so I'm in charge of getting this cleaned up today, because some stuff has been handled. Abby did some this morning, but it's kind of been piling up over the last week. So I'm gonna take pictures of all this stuff here. I send them to Abby. She's the one that schedules them for the social media. And then I'm also going to go through here and see what needs to be resurfaced. If there is anything, which there will be, it goes here on this shelf. I think that stack needs to be resurfaced, so we might just do that as well. But I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna do a little time lapse for you, and then I'm gonna show you, you get to see the entire process basically. And then we're going to load a big stack of discs into the resurfacer and get them all fixed up and ready to go.
Let's go!
Now that all the photos are taken and I've gone through everything for resurfacing, this is the stuff that doesn't need to be resurfaced, so this is all ready to go out on the shelf. We have a little stack of Genesis games here where Abby had put notes to heat press certain things. These two manuals are going right now in here, then I'm going to do those after. And all the stuff that needed to be resurfaced, Abby already got it going, but it was these two stacks here. We have a little marker here that is, if you have the discs stacked up here, that line is where it is 50. That is the maximum number that the machine can take at one time. So it was just under that line. I think there's maybe 48 or 49 that are going through, maybe 50. But those are already running, so those will be done in a couple hours. And then these ones are all set to go. They're just not in there yet. And then we have one Blu-ray that needs to run. That has to go on a different setting, so it has to be done separately from the other ones. But yeah, we got that all cleaned off, which is pretty awesome. You rearranging?
Yeah. Trying to condense stuff down now that the first party titles are gone. They're all gone. Don't look over there. They're not over there.
Okay, sorry.
But yes, so I am keeping it the same kind of style right now. Just like when the price point starts is where the tag is. Cooper suggested to do one shelf per price point. I want to see how this looks first, and then I'll attempt doing that if I don't like it.
Yeah, I guess it all just depends on how we can make it fit. Yeah. But we can put stuff down in there and then take stuff out of there as well, so we can kind of swap things around to make it work. Like this, for example, we only have a few games that are $44.99, so we might as well just put all those in the cabinet and then bring out more $49.99 games or $39.99 just to make it a little easier, but we'll take a look when you're done.
Yeah.
Woo!
No, I took it. That was me.
What did you say, Jess?
Cleaned up the comms room a little bit. There was, and we have a bunch of GameCubes that need a controller though.
Oh, the controller. If you guys remember this from yesterday, yeah, this was all messed up. It's looking better, but we sure have a lot of consoles right now, which is a good thing. I love having a lot. We're low on some. We don't have like these Super Nintendos, but we have a decent amount of GameCubes. We have a ton of Wiis. We have a bunch of Wii U's. We have a few NES, not too many. There's one Super Nintendo right there. There's a Neo Geo CD down here, which means we have a second one out already. There's a few Genesis, some PlayStation stuff, lots of 360s, lots of PS3s, lots of N64s. A few PS2s, not a ton, but yeah, I'm liking it. There's another little project that I've been kind of working on. I've been wanting to do. I just started today, but we have in our glass cases, we have a gold sticker that we put on games that are not complete. But I feel like that's not enough because for most things, for any like disc games, it basically just means that there's no manual. But when it comes to a cardboard box like this for a cartridge game, it could mean that there's no manual, or it could mean that there's no game, or it could also mean that there's no game or manual. So what I'm doing is, and this is all I've done so far, but I printed out a bunch of these and cut them up, and I'm putting them on like this. So these ones are all factory sealed, obviously. These are the ones that I entered yesterday. These came out of my collection. But I'm also, and I'm still going around the store, I've already done the Game Boy cabinet, the Sega cabinet. There was one NES game, and then I put one game in the Japanese import cabinet. I have to do the Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo cabinets, which are the ones where there's a ton of games. But after I do all the factory sealed ones, I'm also going to print some off that say box only, or box and manual only, or something like that, to indicate what exactly they are, because sometimes we have to open the cabinet and then people ask to see a game and they're like, oh, it's box only when it's an N64 game, and they thought maybe it just meant no manual. So I'm doing that, but what I also want to do is make special tags that are for specific games, like this one. This copy of Punisher says that it comes with a skull tattoo, which is very hard to find, very rare, and it is in here, as well as the registration card. So I want to put a tag on the side that says includes registration card and tattoo, and I want to do that for some other games as well that maybe need like a map or something extra. I want to indicate whether or not it has it on the spine so that we're opening the cabinets less. So I'm going to keep working on it, but so far I just have the factory sealed ones done. There's a bunch of stuff that I want to tell you guys about very often, and I kind of forget sometimes, and it's too many things to just put in every video. So I'm just going to rapid fire a few things right now that you probably hear every now and then in the videos. But number one, any of the products that we use and a bunch of other random stuff that we use or have here at the store or at home, there are Amazon affiliate links down below. So if you want to grab this paper cutter, if you want to get a heat press, if you want to get Goof Off or this electronic duster, any of the kind of stuff that we use, there's links for those down below. They're Amazon affiliate links, which means if you click on that and you buy something, we get a very tiny percentage. And trust me, it is the tiniest percentage you can imagine. I think we've generated around $1,200 in sales for Amazon from those links so far. We've made about 30 bucks. So it's not a ton, but it does help support the store a little bit, help support the channel. Number two, Portland Retro Gaming Expo is next month, the weekend of the 14th of October. If you are able to come, I definitely recommend it. It is the biggest retro gaming convention on the planet. It is amazing. There's all sorts of YouTubers that come out, people from the industry. There's cosplay contests, huge arcade and pinball area that's all on free play. There's panels, there is the Tetris World Championships. There's all sorts of stuff. Definitely check it out if you can. We are going to be vending once again this year, and we have a mega booth, which is one of the 4 biggest vendor booths at the entire convention. It's going to be crazy. So if you can come, please do. Next, pre-orders. We have pre-orders available both in-store and on our website, which is the top link in the description down below. I think the most popular ones right now are going to be Mario Wonder and Mario RPG. But there's a ton of other ones as well, mostly for the Nintendo Switch. There might be a few up for PS4, PS5, but we get most new Switch games that come out. We usually get them for the release day from our distributors. And so if you pre-order from us, that obviously helps us a lot. We don't make a ton of profit on new games, so the more pre-orders that we have, the better, because it's hard to order a bunch of copies and then, you know, maybe only sell one or two. So anytime we do get pre-orders, it's very, very helpful. So thank you for those of you that do take advantage of the pre-order system. And I think that's pretty much all I had to say. Oh no, lastly, we have merch as well. This is something that a lot of YouTubers will talk about in every video. They have a plug for it. We probably should, but we don't. But we do have a lot of merch available for the store, for the YouTube channel. We have t-shirts, which we're out of a lot of larger sizes right now, but we have new stuff coming pretty soon for that, which of course we'll talk about when it's here. We also have stickers, we have enamel pins, we have all sorts of like different stuff. We have a little DJ statue, which DJ's our mascot. So something like this little statue, resin hand-painted statue. We have N64 lid expansion covers with DJ on them. We have all sorts of stuff. So please, please check it out. Top link in the description down below.
Abby got me a present. It's, I think, a friend of hers who does different art prints and stuff. It's also a sticker because my name is Moon Bunny on.
There's a sticker in the back
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that looks like the front.
because my name's Moon Bunny on Twitch. So
nice.
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome.
super cute.
Is there info on the back about like who
Yes,
did it?
right here.
Yeah.
For
Check
him.
them in.
If you're interested, I've got a good one for you today, guys, and that is Trials Rising. This is one of the earlier Nintendo Switch games that I played. It was the first Trials game that I played. It's a whole series that is all, I think they're all pretty similar, but this is the only one I've actually played personally. It is a really weird, like, physics-based motocross game, I guess you could say. It is, I don't know if you'd call it side-scrolling, but it is a 2D game. It's a 3D game, but you only play in 2D. And essentially you are racing on a like dirt bike or motorcycle, and you are trying to get from the beginning of the level to the end without crashing, essentially. There's all sorts of different goals that you can try to hit, so you can try to get it within a certain amount of time. You can do tricks to try to get a certain score. There's different stuff that you can do, and it is very, very addicting. It's also pretty difficult, but after you play for a little bit, you will get used to the controls, you get used to the physics. For people who are really good at video games, this is the kind of game that if you actually take the time to learn how to do it, you could do some like really crazy stuff that your friend who tries it out would be, you know, super impressed because they'll never be able to do it. It's one of those kind of games. It is very, very fun, very addicting, like I said. I didn't beat the game, but I think I have somewhere between 5 and 10 hours into it. This is a game that I have actually gone back to and played a few times after taking like, you know, multiple month-long breaks. So it's pretty fun. I would say that if you're into that style of game, you should definitely check it out. It does have a little bit of a mobile game kind of feel to it because it is just, you know, side-scrolling, if you want to call it that. Because your only real controls are go, stop, and then your steering, you know, back, you know, front and back basically. But you can do front flips and back flips, and you can pop wheelies and do all sorts of cool little things. You know, if you hit the lip of a jump just right, if you pop a wheelie right before it, and then you kind of go off the very edge with your back tire as you're gunning it, then it makes it really easy to do flips and stuff like that. So there's little details to the gameplay that the longer you play, the more you'll kind of figure it out, and you'll get to learn, you know, exactly how the physics work in the game. And the physics in the game is the main point of the entire thing. It's a little weird feeling at first, but like I said, once you get used to it, it's really, really fun. So I would highly recommend you guys check this game out. I'm sure you can get it on pretty much any console at this point. There's tons of different versions, but the one that I played is Trials Rising on the Nintendo Switch. If you guys are ever on Twitch, I want to let you know that everyone at the store, pretty much everyone, streams on Twitch. Ryan and Jess do video game stuff.
Yeah, we do.
Kyle and Colton do video game stuff. Abby does video game stuff. I used to do some video game stuff, but now primarily what I'm doing is streaming from the store. And so I have this stack of stuff here and these PS2 games here from Sam's collection. I entered these on stream last night, and that's kind of what I've been doing. So if that sounds interesting to you, it's mostly just kind of like a chat, like a hangout. You can ask questions. We can, you know, talk about the video games and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very chill, very relaxed. And there's links down below for everyone's Twitch. But in particular, I am very close to hitting Twitch Partner, which gives a lot of other like perks and benefits that you don't get until you hit that. So I'm doing my best to stream as much as I can. I did take a little break when we went to the Utah thing, but I'm trying to stream multiple times a week, and usually I'm starting around 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, going until 7 p.m. So I usually try to post on YouTube in the community tab when we do go live, not always, but the best way is to just follow me on Twitch, follow all of us on Twitch, obviously. Ryan and Jess have a pretty set schedule. They stream on Wednesday, Thursday. Everyone else kind of just streams whenever, but please, if you are so inclined, show your support and give everyone a follow, and hopefully you can catch someone live. What is this?
My lunch. Are you gonna try to steal that?
Maybe a bite, if you heated it up.
I did.
Okay, maybe just
It's
a
still
bite.
cold though.
No.
Yeah.
What is it?
It is chicken tikka masala and white rice.
And that's what we had for dinner last night, and those are the leftovers, and they're so good.
It's really, really simple. If you ever want to make it, Safeway has this simmer sauce that is like tiki masala simmer sauce, and all you do is you cook your chicken. I cook chicken before because I think chicken's really bland, so I cook it before and then I mix it into the sauce.
Cook it before so it gets a little crust on the outside.
Yeah, and I do salt, pepper, paprika, and garlic powder or something like that. Usually
so
we have
good.
naan with it, but I forgot to pull that out of the freezer the other day.
Aw.
Bummer.
I had a gigantic plate of that last night, and it was so good.
I had a ball. It was really good.
I had so much. But it's really good. What do we have for dinner tonight?
I have some chicken leftovers, but I don't know what. I was gonna have you make something.
Chicken and rice.
Please don't do this to me.
Well, I don't know what else to have. We have green beans, right? But they're the we got like a weird brand. They're like hard. I don't like hard beans. I'm about to put out the rest of the Genesis games from Sam's collection, so I cleared some room here. Got those 3 expensive Japanese Saturn games laid out, which I can also move if I need in the room. But that's what we have before, plus those. So I'm gonna put everything out, including this, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. All right, check it. Got the 2 big boys there, and got the rest of the Genesis games out. We already sold one. It was Gunstar Heroes. So there were some games from his collection that were cheaper, so those are going to be out on the shelf, but there it is.
Out and.
Not at work, guys.
Oh,
You tell the PlayStation that, because it's just he's trying to go into Minecraft.
Insert topper swipe whenever you're ready.
Oh
scared.
no.
It's saying no.
I'm scared.
Yeah, you should be.
I don't know what's happening right now. I'm really scared.
The cards, and I was like, oh, there's only 20 cards in there.
So sad.
Cards. And I just, like,
Where'd the foods?
Who's back there?
Yes.
Jersey Mike subs.
Yes. Sponsor us.
What do?
I'm fixing this controller.
How?
How?
You're putting one of these in?
No.
Whoa.
Does not fit. So you have to.
Can't even try?
No. It will physically not fit. You have to lightly pry this open, and then bam! It's disgusting. Got all that cheese in there, dust.
And Colton's going to show you how to snort it. What's next?
So we have to clean out all this stuff.
Ooh.
So these little circuit board you just gotta wipe off. Make it shiny. Yeah. And clean that out. Clean out the little bowl. Look at all that. It's so nice.
Ooh. I thought you were gonna go. Suck it up. It's just hand cheese and plastic dust.
Horribly disgusting.
Actually, it's probably just more plastic dust. I don't know if much hand cheese is getting all the way in there.
Hard to say.
Maybe a little bit though.
But yeah, so these are the parts that we replace. There's a big one and a small one. And we just have these in here.
Yeah, so you can kind of see it gets like the plastic, the little end of the stick goes right into there. And from moving it around over time, it just kind of like shaves this down. So the new ones are good to go.
Yep, so we just put a little bit of grease there in the bowl.
Super lube. For those that are curious.
For the academically inclined.
Is the super lube available and the links down below? I'm not sure if that is because we got it from Ace Hardware.
Yeah, so you just you grease it up, and then the big one goes in the bowl sideways.
Ba-bam.
Okay, that part's done.
Ooh.
And we just gotta get this all.
I was thinking of maybe replacing this with a new thing because I think everyone says you're supposed to use white lithium grease.
Oh.
And I don't think that that's what this is. It works. I mean, we've been using it for like a year and a half. This one tube.
It just says synthetic grease. Yeah, this is what we use on all of our N64 controllers, and it works just fine.
Yeah, it works pretty good.
I don't think we've had any problems with it, but the comments know better, so
They do.
we just clean these up, make sure they're presentable. So then this just goes in sideways because it has to line up, and then you have to turn it so it's up and down, or maybe you don't. I don't remember. No, you don't. You leave it sideways because it goes in the other way. And then you put the spring on and the little thing on, and then you put you pop this. You pop the stick through this one, and then you turn it so it stays locked in there.
Yeah.
And then you make sure that it's pretty lined up. Most of the time it'll line itself up, and then you just lightly put it on there.
Now it's good.
So there's one specific screw for this part to hold it together. So you just put it in there.
Beautiful.
And it works.
I love it.
And then you just put the controller back together, but I have to clean it, so
Ew.
actually I have to leave so Ryan gets to do it.
Bye, Colton.
Bye.
Printed out some more of these little things that I was talking about. So box and manual, box only, not for resale variant, no manual, and includes bonus disc. So I don't know if I'm going to be getting these on all the games tonight, because I still have all the factory sealed ones to do as well, but I might get at least a few done. We have a lot of trade-ins to go over today, guys, so let's jump into it. We got some awesome GameCube games traded in. Always really, really cool to see more of those coming in. We never have enough. We have the Mario one there, but then turn the camera. These are all of the more inexpensive, affordable titles, whatever you want to call it. These are all $12.99 or cheaper. Lots of PS2, lots of original Xbox, and lots of PS3 got traded in today. So there's all sorts of stuff. If I'm going a little bit too fast for you, you can always hit the little gear in the corner of the video, change the playback speed to slower, or you can pause the video if you need to read them. Going back up here, these are the glass case, or the $15 and up PS2 games. A couple good ones in here. We also got some Amiibo today. And then these are the more expensive Nintendo Wii games. We get copies of Wii Sports every single day. I should probably just stop showing them. A couple more expensive PS3 games as well. And a lot of them have stickers and stuff like this. Those don't get removed before they come back here. They get removed before they get put on the shelf. So what you're seeing here is technically uncleaned still, but they all get cleaned before they get put out. This will get a new case, for example, with that giant hole there. So just keep that in mind. A couple more expensive Xbox games and 360. Got 2 PS5 games. This is a new release that actually doesn't come out until Monday, I think. The deluxe edition is already out, but this one, the standard one, is not out yet. But we do have it for the Switch as well. We got a Streets of Rage 2. We got some NES games here. Pretty awesome. Some Game Boy Color, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance games down here. All of our Pokemon games get brand new batteries. The Mario will as well. And some GBA games. Nothing super crazy, but some good titles. And then at the very end here, we have Fire Emblem, which is kind of crazy, I guess. We have Dimension Drive, which is a Play Asia Limited Edition Switch game. And these are the other Switch games, and a Pokemon Sun for 3DS. Very expensive title. Luckily, I already have that one. There's the new Mortal Kombat that comes out Monday. Like I said, the deluxe edition, which has all the characters and DLC stuff, is already out. Got Ring Fit with the thing. Got some strategy guides here. A Pokemon Toys R Us VHS tape. And then some N64 and Super Nintendo games. Love to see it. Obviously, that was not our tag. That's our tag. We'll change that, of course. That one's coming off. So, lots of awesome stuff today. Very, very happy. And I did another live stream today on Twitch. Once again, if you'd like to see that stuff, make sure you follow twitch.tv/SitCooper. Streaming most days from the store from about 4 or 5 p.m. until we close at 7. So check that out. But these tags all just printed, and that is for all this stuff here and all of these PS2 games. This is from Sam's collection. Crazy, crazy stuff in there. It's obviously not stickered right now. It's actually like 8:40 p.m., way after we've closed. So I'm not stickering them tonight, but they are available now. I'll be stickering them tomorrow, and you'll see them in tomorrow's video. So every question of the day for this week is either picked by the person who's answering it, or it's at least geared towards that person specifically. So for me, I don't have a ton of interests or hobbies outside of gaming, but one that I'm very, very passionate about that you guys probably know is that I'm very into music. I have been in multiple bands over the years. I have toured with multiple bands over the years. I have played in many, many places, including outside of the US. We've played some shows in Canada on tour. So I'm really, really into music, particularly metal. Everything from Metallica, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, all the way to really, really heavy, brutal stuff like Cattle Decapitation, Abominable Putridity, Epicardiectomy, weird, crazy stuff, and then all sorts of black metal. So I want to know, for the question of the day, what are some of your favorite bands? And if you can, list the genre that that band is in. Because if you put some band that I've never heard of, I'm not gonna know what kind of music it is. But put the band and the genre. It doesn't have to be one, you can just pick a few. But for me, some of my favorite bands, Metallica, probably number one. But I really also like Cattle Decapitation, Goat Whore, Aborted. Who else? I have a Spotify playlist that I have on shuffle that I listen to in my car. And it is a lot of random stuff. There's a lot of like 80s pop. And then I have some classic rock. I have death metal, black metal. I have some new metal stuff like Korn and Slipknot and Linkin Park. And then just some other random stuff then. I've got some NWA, got some Ice Cube, all sorts of stuff. So let me know, what are some of your favorite bands in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching the Cooper vlog for this week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.